Science is not a collection of unchanging beliefs about the world. Scientific ideas are open to testing, discussion, and revision. But what is science? It's an organized way of gathering and analyzing evidence about the natural world. Science is a process, and it also refers to the body of knowledge that scientific studies have gathered over the years. Science deals only with the natural world, and the scientist collects and organizes information in an orderly way, looking for patterns and connections among events. Scientists propose explanations that are based on evidence, not belief. Then they test those explanations with more evidence. One goal of science is to provide natural explanations for events in the natural world. Science also aims to use those explanations to understand patterns in nature and to make useful predictions about the natural events. Scientific knowledge helps us cure diseases, place satellites in orbit, and send instantaneous electronic communication. Learning about science means understanding what we don't know. Uncertainty is part of the scientific process and part of what makes science exciting. Scientific methodology involves observing and asking questions, making inferences and informing hypotheses, conducting controlled experiments, collecting and analyzing data, and drawing conclusions. Good scientists share scientific attitudes or habits of mind that lead them to exploration and discovery. Curiosity, skepticism, open-mindedness, and creativity help scientists generate new ideas. Sometimes, ideas for scientific investigations arise from practical problems. These practical questions and issues inspire scientific questions, hypotheses, and experiments. Technology, science, and society are closely linked. Discoveries in one field of science may lead to new technologies. Those technologies enable scientists in other fields to ask new questions or to gather data in new ways. This capability allows researchers to post and test new hypotheses, and it can also have big impacts on daily life. Communication and sharing of ideas are vital to modern science. Scientists share their findings with the scientific community by publishing articles that have undergone peer review. In peer review, scientific papers are reviewed by anonymous, independent experts. Publishing peer-reviewed articles in scientific journals allows researchers to share ideas and to test and evaluate each other's work. They contain details about experimental conditions, controls, data analysis, and conclusions. Peer review certifies that the work meets standards set by the scientific community. Evidence from many scientists studies many support several related hypotheses in a way that inspires researchers to propose a scientific theory that ties those hypotheses together. In science, the word theory applies to a well-tested explanation that unifies a broad range of observations and hypotheses and that enables scientists to make accurate predictions about new situations. No theory is considered absolutely true. Science is always changing. As new evidence is uncovered, a theory may be revised or replaced by a more useful explanation. Biology is the study of life. The study of biology revolves around several interlocking big ideas. The cellular basis of life, information and heredity, matter and energy, growth, development and reproduction, homeostasis, evolution, structure and function, unity and diversity of life, interdependence in nature, and science as a way of knowing. But what is life? What distinguishes living things from non-living matter? Some non-living things share one or more traits with organisms. Some things, such as viruses, exist at the border between organisms and non-living things. But there are some things that just living things have in common. They are made up of basic units called cells, are based on a universal genetic code. They obtain and use materials and energy, grow and develop, reproduce, respond to the environment, maintain a stable internal environment, and change over time. Living systems range from groups of molecules that make up cells to collections of organisms that make up the biosphere. Biology includes many overlapping fields that use different tools to study life from the level of molecules to the entire planet. Some examples are biotechnology, ecology, and genetics.